Hey, and welcome to Trains Are Fun. In this video, we're going to be looking at all of our Bachmann, Steamies, and Diesels, showing you which ones we have. And then we're going to talk about our race that we want to do. We're going to do a race of all the Steamies and Diesels to find out which is the fastest, pulling the cargo of two coaches that are about the same, either the two red coaches or Annie and Clarabelle. So recently we just did a race of Thomas and James, which Thomas won, even though James was ahead at first. And so now what we want to do is race other locomotives. So let's show you all of the locomotives that we have. All right, first up we have Thomas, obviously. And this is the normal Thomas. We also have a whistle and chuff Thomas. But the whistle and chuff Thomas is a lot slower than this one. Next up is Edward, number 2. Oh, Edward, you got stuck on the crossing. That's not going to be good. There's Edward. Then we got number 3, which is Henry. He's a fast one. Next up is Gordon, who thinks he's better than everybody. He's fast and strong and confident. And he can derail a lot too. And of course there's James, number 5. And he's pulling the cherry red here. Oh, you thought he was going to hit Annie and Clarabelle. Uh-oh, he derailed. What happened there? Oh. Well, you never know what's going to happen. He never has accidents. Next up, we have Percy, number 6. He actually took a fall off of the table, but still works. And he's still quite fast. That's Percy. All right, here we have Toby, the tram engine, who's more comfortable pulling Henrietta, but, you know, this is a race. He's got to abide by the rules. He might be a little slower, but with this race, if there's a crash at the intersection, you got to survive it. So who knows, maybe he'll knock one of the faster engines off of the track. And that's Toby. Next up is number 8, Duck. Now, Duck, I don't think, has been tested against any of the other Steamies or Diesels, but he's pretty fast. I think he might do well in a race. He zips right along. That's Duck. And then we have 9 and 10, which is Donald and Douglas. That should be interesting. Don't know if I should race them against each other, though. Could be interesting. Here is Bert and Ari, and unfortunately Bachmann made these identical locomotives in every way. The only way I can tell them apart is Bert has battle damage. That's Bert and Ari. And they are slow. And here is Bill and Ben from the Sodor Clay Company or whatever. China Clay. Catch up. Going too slow. Your twin is beating you. Here we have a couple of diesels. We got Mavis and Salty, and they are both kind of slow, but they are heavy and probably could survive a crash at the intersection pretty good compared to some of the Steamies. Salty's, you're going real slow there, buddy. Good Mavis and Salty. Here's two more. We got Emily. Now I really like Emily. It's a really neat little locomotive, but she lacks power and speed with that big wheel. Then there's, of course, Diesel, who looks funny pulling coaches. But he's not much faster than Emily. And who knows how they would do in a long distance race. Of course, we can't forget Spencer. He's a bit of a slow starter. But he can go once he's going. And then there's the duplicate Thomas, which is the Whistle and Chuff Thomas. I wasn't going to include him, but maybe I should. I thought it'd give Thomas an unfair advantage having two Thomas engines, but they are different. And it would give us a nice even number of 20 locomotives. He's number 20. He's number 1, but he's number 20. Alright, so I made a list. I was going to do Steamies and Diesels, but I decided to just do the numbered engines over here and then the rest of them over here. So there's 20 total. You count two of the Thomases. We got Thomas, Whistle, and Chuff Thomas. We got Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas. That's our numbered locomotives. Two Thomases. Then we got Bert, Airy, Bill, Ben, Mavis, Salty, Emily, Spencer, and Diesel. And here they all are. All 20 of my Bachmann locomotives. So they're going to have a race. We need to seat them. Go ahead and put your suggestions. I can't guarantee that I will use it, but I'm going to make a little bracket here of do some rounds. I got to figure out how to work it out with 20. Some may get a bye. So we'll, if you start off and do 10 rounds, you'd have at the end of that there'd be 10, and then the next round there'd be 5, so it'd make it kind of an odd number, I think. So I'll figure out something. I'll work on a bracket system, and you tell me who you'd like to see, and we'll be doing that in upcoming videos. So leave your comments below. Who would you like to see battle it out? Should I just do Diesels versus Steamies? There are more Steamies than Diesels. Or should we just randomly pick them? Or should we do ones that we think are the fastest against ones we think are the slowest? Like, should we put Henry against Salty, who's real slow? Should we put Thomas against Mavis, who's slow? You know, just throw some ideas down there and we'll see what we can do. And I'm going to work on this. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching Trains Are Fun.